Hello everyone and welcome to my computer system Raspberry Pi project. In this video, I'm going to explain to you how to create network attached server with Raspberry Pi 3. Raspberry Pi is one of those computer techs which lets you do a lot of things. The special thing about the Raspberry Pi is to use it for anything like physical computing or GPIO pins. You can also use it for creating network attached server or NAS for your home to access the data across multiple computers wirelessly by creating NAS server with Pi. What does NAS mean for you? NAS stands for Network Attached Server. NAS helps to share a file across a lot of devices in a network. NAS uses a network protocols like AFP, SMB, which helps to create file sharing server. By default, NAS uses SMB server, which is file sharing server helps other to access the file across multiple devices seamlessly in a network. If you have a lot of computers, it is tedious to share data across multiple devices through wires. So, creating an NAS helps to access the files wirelessly across all of your computers, which are connected to the same network. Imagine if you have lots of devices connected to the same network. It is very tough to transfer the data from one device to another device wirelessly. So, we will build a NAS server so that all the devices can talk to the server. Also, they can see the files on the server with both read and write permissions. For example, if you have an iPhone and you uploaded a picture with it to the NAS server, all the devices connected to the server have access to the picture automatically. The requirements for this project are Raspberry Pi 3, keyboard and a mouse, external hard drive, and finally Ethernet cable. At first, we type in the update command, which is sudo apt-get update. After that, we install the NTFS package, and the command is sudo apt-get install ntfs-3g. Later on, we have to install the Samba server, and the command is sudo apt-get install samba-common bin. And now we must create a directory. The command is sudo make directory slash external. And now we must check if the directory have been created. For that we type in ls. As you can see, it has been created. And now we must type in the lsblk command. And this command lets you see what devices are connected to your Raspberry Pi. In my case, the second one is my hard drive, and it is already mounted. And if you want to mount your external hard drive, you have to type in sudo mount slash div slash sda1 slash external. But in my case, it is already mounted. And now the most important command, configuring Samba. For this command, you have to type in sudo nano slash etc slash samba slash smb.conf. And when you run the command, it will let you into a text file. You have to get down to the bottom. And when you get to the bottom of the page, you have to add these lines in. The first line is Raspberry Pi NAS, and that is the title of our server. The second line must be comment equals Pi server. And now you must type in if you want it to be writable or browsable. In my case, I want both. For that, I wrote writable equals yes and browsable equals yes. And this part is also important because now you have to add a path for the server. For that, you type in path equals slash external. And now you have to add two masks in. The first mask is create mask equals 0777. The second mask is directory mask equals 0777. And the last line you have to add is public equals yes. And we are pretty much done. Now we only have to exit, press Ctrl X, then enter. And now we have to restart the Samba server so that it activates the server. For that, we type in sudo slash etc slash init.d slash samba restart. And now we must check if our server is really up and running. For that, I went to my iPhone and installed a application called File Manager. After you finish installing, you enter the application and press the plus sign. Then you select NAS. Then you scroll down the page and select your server. In my case, it is Raspberry Pi. After selecting your server, it gives you the option to sign in as a registered user or a guest. You can select either one. When you enter the server, as you can see, there are many options. But to test our work, I created a text file. And the text file, I called it test for Raspberry Pi project. So that when I go into my Raspberry Pi and type in ls, I see the text called test for Raspberry Pi project. And now we head back into the Raspberry Pi. And to test our work, we have to type in ls slash external. And if we did everything properly, there should be a file called, or a text called, test for the Raspberry Pi project. Thanks for watching, and I hope everything went well and my voice was clear and you understood the process.